Okay, we're going to start this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have a moment of silence, please? Roll call, Brooke.
Counselor Chamberlin.
Here.
Counselor Wauseon.
Here.
Counselor Schneider.
Here.
Counselor Stickley.
Here.
Council President Stiriz.
Here.
Counselor Tijerina.
Here.
We have 6 members present. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Council has had time to review the prior meeting's minutes. Can we get a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve the minutes as printed, Mayor.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve the prior meeting minutes moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Tijerina. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That was a tough one last minute. 2 weeks ago, Harold, we didn't have anybody to accept those. You were absent. We just cricket.
We just
and cricket
sat
the whole
around
time.
here. Nobody could do it. About 10 minutes later.
We finally,
I do
someone
have-
took one for the team, I think.
I do have to turn a whole thing in because I'll be gone in February to March.
Alrighty. We have no individuals wishing to address council tonight, so we're going to head into our department head reports. Chief Sluter?
Nothing spectacular about January. Started at the central station out at the airport without any problems. Snowstorm went without any major calls, just busy EMS. The COVID transports have taken a pretty good nosedive in the last few weeks, so we're down to a minimal amount of those, and that seems to be an improving situation. That's about all. You all got your invitation to the Firemen's Association dinner, which is next Tuesday, so they got plenty of RSVPs on that. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Doors are working good, your garage doors?
So, actually, no. We had the wheels fall out of another one the other day, but it's fixed already. So, yeah.
Really?
Oh, nice.
And you hired someone?
What's that?
Made a hire?
Oh, yes, we did. Thank you for reminding me. Our new executive assistant actually started today, Hannah Schellenbarger. I don't remember that name because she's getting married in a couple weeks and that's going to change. So,
Hannah.
Hannah.
Hannah for now.
So who's the new personnel?
Hannah, she's our executive assistant.
Hannah?
Yeah, she started today. Yeah. And we do have the civil service list was approved. We just haven't done any. We haven't hired anybody yet because we're still going through that process on the firefighters. So we have 2 openings on that end. No action's been taken on that yet.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay. Chief Chittenden?
Nothing much going on in the police department. The snowstorm went well. No real major accidents or anything. Definitely a big shout out to the street department and fire department for keeping the roads clear and the sidewalk in front of the municipal building and all that clear for us. That went well. So, and also big thanks to all the citizens. I think putting the emergency out well in advance really helped with not having the cars parked on the streets. We had very few that we had to go and knock on the doors to get them to move. So that worked out really well for us.
Good. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That's a good call. Any questions for the chief? Okay, Keith?
All right, well, first off, I want to thank my guys at Public Works, the water plant, and the waste water plant for their work and hard work over the last week, trying to keep ahead of the snow, keeping the plants open and up and operational throughout this time period. We had 2 water breaks, on Fulton Street, as you see the craters in the road, that couldn't have came at a worse time because it was 2 days before the snowstorm. So every time the snowplow goes through, it rips up the gravel that they put there. So we are working to get that corrected. Also wanted to let you know that the South Burnell Street bid is out and being advertised. The opening is the 24th at 10 a.m. We've already had a couple of people pull bid packets. We haven't had anything turned back in, but I don't expect them for another week or two.
Any questions at all?
So what caused the leak? Was it just the freezing, then thawing, and then freezing and pushing it down further? Or you...
Old pipes.
Oh, okay.
That's
Shifting.
any shifting, sometimes the fire department breaks them for us when they have a fire. But I don't believe we had any of that in the area that would cause a
We
problem.
try not to test the hydrants when it's this cold.
Well, and we appreciate that very much, let me tell you. But that's really, it's just the thawing and the freezing and the fact that we haven't had any snow. You would think the snow would be worse on it, but the lack of snow allows the cold and the frost to
Push
go
it.
deeper down.
Yeah.
And that's when we have a lot of our problems.
How deep is the frost right now? Did they tell you?
No,
The last I knew it was about 3 feet.
and
Oh,
that's,
wow.
About what?
3 feet.
3 feet.
yeah.
Well, that ain't good.
No.
Water line at the farm's only 2.5 feet down.
So, yeah, we've had several people with frozen sanitary sewer lines that we've had to go out and clean out because a lot of those are above the frost line now, so.
Oh, is that on their property or is that on?
Well, we assist, we don't clean out on their property, but we go out to verify that it's not our problem. It's
Oh,
theirs.
okay. Yeah, man.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Cold does a lot of damage.
Yes, it
It really
does.
does.
Keith, the pothole, the hotline for the potholes at Leggett and Shoup. No, not Leggett, Chestnut and Shoup.
Yeah.
And Chestnut and Fulton. Chestnut and Fulton, there's a nasty pothole. And I was just hoping that you guys just could redo the entire road of Chestnut then? No? No?
As soon as we get a streets committee called, we can
Hey,
work on that.
all right, let's do that.
I think you're
Let's
on
go.
there.
Let's get some things done. But Chestnut and
Oh,
Fulton.
yeah.
Yes.
I just went down there.
Yeah,
Nasty
the one
little
at
pothole.
Shoot too, I know what he's
Okay.
talking
Nasty
about. It's
little
right
guy.
at the, it's
Right
right
in
at
the-
the intersection.
Yeah, nasty. Yeah. Just redo the whole road. That'd be
Put some
great.
water
Thank you.
in it, it'll freeze and be level.
Yeah, there you go.
And then we can send Shane the bill.
Yeah, assess the county.
All right. Yeah, I forgot about those.
And that's East Chestnut, right?
Yeah.
Shane?
Yes, well, the entire stretch of Chestnut is what I like you to redo.
Well, I realize that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure,
The pothole is at Fulton and Chestnut.
It's right there by the Shell Station.
Yes.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is
Pretty
a bad one.
I think you guys did work there this summer, probably settled, or fall. Okay.
Sorry.
Any more questions on potholes?
Open up the hotline.
Jamie?
If you all opened up your email, you would have seen that people are paying their taxes this month, or they paid them in January. We are up 13% compared to January last year, so those are coming in. Some of it has to do with the only 1% tax credit for people that work outside of the city. You're aware that that is in effect beginning this year. We started our new invoicing system that went live last Thursday, the day that we were closed down at the city. So, but I haven't had any customer complaints. Everybody that has paid over the phone today has paid their convenience fee and not complained about it. So that has been, it's been going pretty well. I guess that's all that I have tonight then.
Questions for Jamie?
Do you have another lady that took over for Ashley down there already or not?
Yes, yep, Trudy started December 20th.
Super.
We have 2 Trudys in the building right now.
What's that?
We have 2 Trudys in the building that
Oh,
answer
Trudy,
phones.
Trudy?
That's
Oh,
funny.
that's crazy.
Trudy with the Y and Trudy with an I, so.
There you go.
Okay. Tom?
Not much to report. From the law department, everything seems to be legal right now.
That's good.
That's a win.
We finally have the TIF ordinance up for your review or vote tonight. That's the ordinance 2022-1. That'll be first reading. And I think we're envisioning 3 reads, at least right now, 3 reads with an emergency on the 3rd read in order to get that underway. There's some discussion with the financing and interest rates potentially going up that we may want to revisit that, but that's the plan right now.
Okay. Any questions for Tom?
Really all. We'll be working on our State of the Union report for the mayor. So I guess we can't be the first one to be done, but we want to make sure we're not the last.
One thing
Game on.
You piggybacking over that?
For those of you going to, never been to the fireman's dinner, you don't know where the Founders Hall at Souders is.
Yeah.
When you go in the door, there will be sign-in sheets with, for our department there to sign in. Each name gets a line, and then that's how we pay the bill on that, so we know who signed. So if any of you go over there, opens at 5:45 next Tuesday night. So.
Dinner's at 6:30?
Yeah, 5:45 opens, dinner's at 6:30. Yep.
Okay.
So,
Good, thank
That's
you.
Tuesday?
yep, should be Tuesday the 15th if my calendar's
It
correct.
is.
Yep.
So I have one question, Mayor. I know Planning Commission spoke with someone.
Yes.
So where are we going with that? Is that going to be down the road with TIF also, or do you know?
It's just in the works right now that with Planning Commission, that goes through the commission, and
Yeah.
then if there's any change, then we bring it forward. But right now, they just voted for the 2 that were not a change of any of the property zoning. It was the same zoning.
Okay, just wondered.
Mhm.
And then I have a question too. Did anybody comment or from the public on the TIF? Because I know we had the hearing, but nobody showed up for that. Have you guys heard anything from anybody?
I have not.
No, no.
Okay.
Okay, well, if that's all, then we're going to move on. We have no committee reports, so we're going to move on to our first reading of legislation. And this is a long one. Ordinance 2022-1, an ordinance authorizing the creation of the Seneca Drive Incentive District within the city of Wauseon, declaring improvements to certain real property within such incentive district to be a public purpose, describing the public infrastructure improvements to be made and benefits or serve the real property within such incentive district, declaring such property to be exempt from real property taxation, requiring annual service payments in lieu of taxes, providing for minimum service payments, establishing a municipal public improvement tax, increment equivalent fund, and providing related authorizations pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5709.40C, and the rest of them.
It would be my pleasure to make a motion, Mayor, to approve this.
A second?
Motion to place ordinance 2022-1 on first reading and the first reading be passed, moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Chamberlain. Any discussion?
Yeah, make sure you're here at the next 2 meetings, because I'm not going to read all that.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Heising?
Yes.
Counselor Tijerina?
Yes.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Thank you. Resolution 2022-1 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Ohio State Attorney General for collection of delinquent taxes.
I'll second it.
Motion to place resolution 2022-1 on first reading and the first reading be passed, moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Council President Stiriz. Any discussion?
Yeah, real quick, is this new, or have we had a working relationship with the AG's office in reference to collecting these funds?
This is new.
This is new? So if this were to go forward and somebody with a delinquent account would come in and want to make a payment towards a balance owed, would the city be able to take that payment in, or would the city at that point have to direct them to the AG's office?
Yeah, I think the answer is they'd have to direct the payment to the AG's office because they would have the account. But I think certainly the city could help facilitate that.
That's one point of frustration from the county is the county uses the AG office as a collection agent for delinquent accounts, and they have a person that approaches, say, the clerk's office with money, ready to make a payment, and the clerk's office says, we can't take your money. That's always baffled me when it comes to collection of fees. Because as there's more steps to making a payment, it becomes more difficult for folks to make those payments.
Is that something that they have set up with the county to pursue that way, that possibly maybe we could do something that we could help
I
them
think
in that
it's
format?
actually part of the AG's contract. So a couple of thoughts, Shane. One is that is certainly a downside to that. I think from the AG's perspective, and having worked with the AG's office and actually doing some collection work ourselves, it becomes difficult in terms of trying to track the payments that are made if the AG is responsible for collecting and then the city were to take the payment. We have in the past been doing, the law department has been doing the collection work for the tax stuff, but there are certain advantages that the AG's office might have in terms of being able to collect that might increase the collectability overall for the city. But what we've kind of decided to do is to sort of do a trial run with the AG's office for the next, 6 months, and we're gonna, I think, retain some of the accounts and see which is more profitable for the city, and maybe if it turns out that we can do as good a job or better, then maybe it'll be up to you guys to whether to consider leaving that with the law department, so you do have that, better face-to-face sort of ability.
It's not a lifelong relationship then.
No, I think the contract is terminable by either party with, 30 days or 90 days notice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if it's not working out and there's a frustration level, certainly something that the city can back out of.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shane. All right, let's see.
I still need to take off.
Yeah, that's what, I was just going to see if we had made one yet, so go ahead.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
Counselor Tijerina?
Yeah.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Heising?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Thank you. We have nothing under second and third reading. Under new business, Counselor Tijerina, we are asking for an appointment to the Community Reinvestment Housing Council for a 3-year term.
So moved.
That was great.
That was quick.
And there will be no discussion.
I take it.
You can cry a little bit.
Yeah. On my walk home.
Second?
Sarah did.
I second it.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought Sarah did.
sorry.
I
It was-
raised my hand, he
it
said it,
was
so
quick.
it's fine.
You can pick one, pardon me.
Motion to accept the mayor's appointments to the various boards and commissions, moved by Counselor Chamberlain and seconded by Counselor Stickley. Any discussion? Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Heising?
Yes.
Counselor Tijerina?
Yeah.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Council President Steers?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion
Painless,
carries.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
And under new business, I do have a discussion with somebody within the community for the park board, and they're going to be getting back with me before the next meeting. So hopefully we'll have somebody for that one.
I want to say also, they mentioned it, I thought the city crews did a good job and everything. I want to shout out to the public for people helping their neighbors.
Yeah.
My snowblower wasn't working. Friday morning, I went out to see how bad my driveway was, and a former student in Russell of mine was plowing my drive, and I said, "What's going on?" I said, "I just thought I'd help you out." And I said, "What do I owe you?" He says, "Nothing." He said, "I'm going over to your sister-in-law's and do that after I get done here." Then I found out later in the day he went to another person's house and did theirs. Then I had a text from a guy in Florida today. He said, "I found out somebody plowed my driveway out, and I'm not even there." I think we had a lot of help around the community. I think it's just good that people get out and do that.
I seen that in my
appreciate it.
neighborhood too, as well, with the
Yeah.
elderly. I seen quite a
Yeah.
few younger people out doing that, and that's really nice.
The one that helped me was Brent Kaufman. You know, he could have been probably working or doing something, but he was out
Awesome.
helping the community. I thought that was good.
And like, talking with Keith, I know that it's hard when, you know, some of the additions and subdivisions do not get till the end as a priority. But then, going into Toledo on Saturday, those side roads are still full, and he said Defiance, I mean, it's nice to
Yeah.
be able to get through.
Yeah,
And I do appreciate
Yeah.
our guys who are doing that, so, thank you, Steve. Okay, anything under old business? All right, then we just need a motion to approve the bills.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve and pay the bills is presented, moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Counselor Tijerina. Any discussion? Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Tijerina?
Yeah.
Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Heising?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Okay. Council is requesting a motion to enter into an executive session for the purpose of considering employment of a public employee or official.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion to enter into an executive session moved by Counselor Stickley and seconded by Counselor Heising. Any discussion? Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Heising?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Tijerina?
Yes.
Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Council President Steers?
Yes, you're welcome, Mr. Chairman.
6
It
yeas, 0
doesn't
nays,
matter.
motion
You
I
guys
carries.
think
just-
for